Now, Pakistan is observing Air Force Day with patriotic zeal today. To mark the occasion, Indus News correspondent Sumaira visited the Pakistan Air Force Base in Kahar for a special report.
Whenever we talk about 7th September, which is always celebrated as Pakistan's Air Defence Day, and it has a history that we derive from 1965. But as of now, if living in a modern age, when we talk about 7th September, it is year 2021. Let me give you a different perspective of 7th September with regards to Pakistan Air Force. Right now, I'm present here at a base which is exclusively dedicated to Special Services Group of Pakistan Air Force, and I'm sure, I believe that you must have not heard about it prior to this program that we are recording here for Indus News right now. And this is the vicinity where one of the brilliant force is being trained, and they are ready to tackle any kind of situation, any kind of untoward scene, whether it's a terrorist activity, whether it's an assault, whether it's a hostage scenario, or whether I just bet if it's any kind of situation, the forces are brilliantly ready to tackle that challenge for the sake of securing motherland. Right now, I am present here at the Kahar base, which is associated with the Pakistan Air Force, and as I said, that it is dedicated to the Special Services Wing of Pakistan Air Force, the commandos of Pakistan. So today I'll be interviewing the key personalities here who are looking after the airbase, looking after the base, and those who are looking after the ranges as well. We'll be witnessing the training area, we'll be witnessing the firing range, and we'll be speaking to the personalities who are right now in charge of all these sensitive vicinities. We are really thankful to the Pakistan Air Force, those who provided us the opportunity, and we are the first television who got this opportunity to record this program over here. Prior to this program, it was just a prerogative of diplomats and other dignitaries of the country and foreign dignitaries to visit this very sensitive installation, but we are the ones who are recording this full-fledged program here. So I'll be speaking to the base commander in a while, and I just want to show this beautifully built one of Pakistan's most sensitive installation in the country, and this is Kahar's outskirts, and we are here to record this a beautiful program with brilliant force of Pakistan. So let's start our program and we'll see who we talk about this.
Yeah.
I'm standing right now is the place that is called Kalar Kahar Special Services Wing of Pakistan Air Force. It is the exclusive Special Services Wing that is also called Commandos, and it is equivalent to SSG Commando Force. You can see that 110 personnel are right now. They are getting trained right now. They'll be graduated to the next level of their training, and you can also see that they are going through different phases of their training. And those training phases are called, it is called combat exercises, and it also includes the scenario-based training exercises and firing, etc. Some exercises cannot be named due to the classified kind of stature of there, but they can be seen here on camera. We'll be speaking to someone here who and they can better explain that how they are getting trained over here, why they are getting trained here, and what is the compulsion to get selected to be amongst the contingent. The basic idea of the training of these special services forces is it is based on the ideology of martyrdom, patriotism towards their country, and it is all about Pakistan. So you can see these brave soldiers of Pakistan right now, but they are associated with Pakistan Air Force, as SSG commandos are associated with different contingents of Pakistan Navy and Pakistan Armed Forces. So you can see them, and we'll be speaking to them in a while, so just have a glimpse of them. One of the trainees who's going to be graduated in a couple of days right now, Flight Lieutenant Rizwan Habib, is with me right now, and let me ask him a few questions. That what is this training is all about, why he is here, and what was his aim to achieve by being here as a member of Special Services Wing. So let me ask these questions from him directly. Let's see what he has to say about it. Why you are here, basically, for the youth of Pakistan?
Actually, अभी training के लिए जो हम आए हैं, basically broader aim is defense of Pakistan, then Pakistan Air Force. In Pakistan Air Force specifically, we deal with the defense of our bases. We are here to practice unarmed combat, armed combat, so that we will be capable to handle any kind of insurgency, to be better capable to defend our bases.
Just tell us briefly that what is happening right now. How many phases are yet to come in the phases of these trainings? You are going to be graduated in a couple of days, but what next? What is going next? What is going to be next, like in plain words?
Actually, we started from weapon training, then we have now been training on unarmed combat. Basically, when we have no weapon, we can deal with the enemy by using unarmed combat, like we are doing judo. The demonstration have been carried out earlier. And afterwards, there are different phases. We have advanced training as well. In this phase, we were actually having the basic training. We have trained ourselves for very basic steps, and inshallah, hopefully, further stages will be coming back again for advanced training as well.
So we can say that actually you guys will be ready to deal with any kind of challenging situation in the country wherever you are called there.
Inshallah, we'll be ready, and we are ready. We deal with any kind of situation. You have seen as well the way we are being trained. Inshallah, we will deal with anything that is going to happen.
And what's the morale level of your accomplices here?
You have seen as well, the morale is sky high. There is no limit. Inshallah, we'll defend our country.
Thank you so much. This was Flight Lieutenant Rizwan Habib, and he's one of the trainees here, and he along with his other colleagues and other trainees, he'll be graduated to the next advanced levels soon. So right now we are here at the firing range of Kalar Kahar Special Services Wing of Pakistan Air Force. Let's see what else we explore here. Stay tuned.
Hang on, attack an eye. Nose. Contingent.
The basic idea of the
Upper foot. Nose. Contingent. Patriotic. With jump, feeding other. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We'll be speaking to Squadron Leader Usman Akram in a while, and he's officer commanding here. He's representing Pakistan Air Force's Special Services Wing over here. And if in simple terms I can term it, then we should say that he looks after the entire vicinity, where you just saw some glimpses of the training area, the firing range, the tower rappelling, and the compound clearance area, where he'll be further explaining it technically. And I think I think we should let the expert do the talkings. So we'll be going towards Squadron Leader Usman Akram, what he has to say about how they are handling this area, how they are handling the trainees over here. Let's talk to him.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Squadron Leader Usman Akram. I'm Officer Commanding Special Services Wing at PAF Base Color Kahar. Our day starts with physical training after morning prayers. After that, our general classes are held. Then training is conducted at the combat training zone where we are present at the moment. Here, training is conducted at the 72-feet rappelling tower and the close quarter battle complex that you can see behind me. There are two categories of trainees. First one are the commandos, and second those security personnel who come from all over Pakistan for specialized training. We train them in different aspects of combat, like weapons handling, firing, and various other forms of training. Meanwhile, our specialized people train in foreign exercises and different other specialized courses. This kind of tough training highly specializes our soldiers in different combat forms, as you just witnessed in a demonstration. We are always prepared for all kinds of security conditions at all the bases of PAF. We have a specialized squadron called the Anti-Terrorist Squadron. Whenever they are ordered, they immediately move to the required location within 20 minutes. Our high level of preparedness is through our tough training that continues from morning till night. In 2010, our top command decided to carry out mass inductions in the security department. Therefore, all our personnel, even the technicians, are well trained at the grassroots level to handle all kinds of security situations at any base of PAF. Our training is undertaken in a step-by-step process. Firstly, our personnel learn the basics. Then we move on to advanced training to push them on a level where they are able to manage threats on their own until the quick response force reaches the attack site. This training that you witnessed, which contained different methods of combat, is carried out for a purpose. It is so that our trainees are able to quickly respond to situations like a hostage scenario or where killing has been initiated. There are also other forms of different improvised trainings like jungle warfare, which enables us to handle all kinds of threats and situations.
As I introduced earlier, that I'm present here at Pakistan Air Force's Color Kahar base, and as I said that we are going to speak to the base commander, and right now I'm here at the office of base commander, Pakistan Air Force Base Color Kahar. Group Captain Maqsood Akhtar is with us, and we are going to just put up a few simple questions, that how he looks after the affairs and the operational sensitivities of this base. So sir, a warm welcome to you in a show of Indus News.
Thank you very much for coming here at PF Base Color Kahar, and we also warmly welcome you.
Thank you so much, sir. So, first question about the base. Why it's so sensitive, and what is its exclusivity? And give us a brief introduction of this base, when it was founded, and why you felt need to have this base for Special Services Wing.
Basically, the base, initially it was conceived, the idea was conceived in 1999. And initially it was shifted in 2000. It was Special Services Wing, where the people from various areas have done the initial commando courses from the army, and they were gathered here that we should have an independent Special Services Wing placed at this place. So I was among one of the pioneers. At that time I was a young flying officer who visited this place, and then we recommend this place for to the Air Force that we should have an independent special services wing. So we placed it in 2002. It started, and in 2015 it was then changed from the wing to the base, and then again the Air Force, because in 2012 to 15 there were attacks on the Air Force bases, so the Air Force authorities directed this base that we should start, as far as the special operations is concerned, at parallel we should have the training of our security forces, that we should train them to counter any type of terrorist activities. So for that, another ground combat school was added to this, and today it is running a lot of courses for the security forces of the Air Force. So we conduct various courses for the security forces of Pakistan Air Force, which are placed, and they perform their duties at each base to protect it against any type of the nefarious design of our adversaries.
So can we simply comment that for like how long the trainees and those who have graduated from this combat school of this specific wing, like for how long, how many years have passed by that the cadets are taking part in the actual combat activities alongside the other SSG forces of Navy and the military?
Since 2002, when the base came into existence, and then the initial special services wing. So since the counter-terrorism operation started in Pakistan, so we were the initial participant even in the Swat and Waziristan operations. Okay. So this wing was a part of that. And since then, we are available to the Pakistan Air Force for any type of such like operations.
Right. And so can you just briefly tell us about what is the strength right now that you are having it right now at the airbase, and specifically if we speak about this sensitive and one of the forces obviously considered one of the powerful force of the entire armed forces, if we talk about SSGs and commandos of Air Force and Navy and etc. So how do you rate these commandos? Are they even now, if the situation is fluid or sensitive, are they ready to go to tackle any kind of challenge, or they are specifically being trained to counter the terrorist activities?
No, sir. We would love to go for any type of operations which the Air Force will give us, and we are the same as of the Army and Navy. So there is no difference between the training and between the preparations. So anytime the Air Force will call us, and we are ready, yes. And it will be, a happy moment for each and one of us that we go and just jump into such like situation.
So we'll come back to the training spectrum and a little bit technicalities later, but for the consumption of a common man in Pakistan, what is the difference? Because whenever we talk about 7th September, we are always thinking about jets and aerial dogfight and everything, GF-17s, F-16s. What is the difference between other air bases and this particular base of Pakistan Air Force for the consumption of common man?
This base is specifically for, for the ground special operations, as well as I have told you for the counter-terrorism operations. Plus, we trained the security element of Pakistan Air Force to train them. Pakistan Air Force always is best when they come into the air. The combat fight, and you have seen it, we are proud to have the fighter, pilots with us and other pilots with us who perform duty day and night for us. But when we see the machine, when it is on the ground, it's vulnerable. So to protect it on the ground, exactly, it's required a specialist teams. Exactly. So for the preparation of those teams to secure such like machines on ground, so we are here to train them, as well as, if we want, any country who look towards us, as an adversary, we will give a punch them, or as far as the ground is concerned, we will cross the border and go there and do our mission.
So you are the man who protects the machine of Air Force, and you are there to secure every inch of every sensitive installation of Pakistan Air Force. That's very clear. Sir, can we come to if you can just explain a bit for us that what's the technical spectrum, the technical side of the training? Can you just highlight for us that what kind of training courses you are having for the cadets and trainees, and how do what's the time frame to get those courses completed for them?
There are various courses we run, right from, there is a week time frame also, there is a month time frame, and there is 2 months. And for us, when we go and do the Special Forces course, it's a 1-year course. So it's a trial services course, and we qualify that course when we want to come to this special base. Okay. And to come to this special base, the attrition rate for the courses is almost 90%.
Okay.
Is the attrition. So out of 100, only 10 qualified maximum. So, the quality of people here, you can well imagine. And then when we use our instructors, and they do the instructional duties, so they don't bring, they don't leave any gaps in the training.
And sir, last question. What are the achievements of this specific Air Force base? Can you just highlight a bit?
The best achievement in my thing is, when this terrorism aspect starts, so the biggest contribution was that we were not prepared to get such asymmetric warfare and the unconventional way of, attacking such places, the bases and the soft targets. We were not prepared initially. But since we have taken over as a training also, one of this ground combat school has taken over the training. So since then, the bases, by the grace of Almighty Allah, are safe, and the training, the people are well trained, and now nobody can dare to look towards us.
Thank you so much. This was Base Commander, Group Captain Maqsood Akhtar, and he's right now Base Commander, Pakistan Air Forces, Air Base Color Kahar. And when we, as I just said earlier, when we talk about 7th September, we are always thinking about, and whenever we talk about air bases, we are always thinking about fighter jets and aircrafts and everything, and aerial dogfights. But this was the first time that we brought another angle of a PAF base for the audience and the viewers. So it was our first effort to bring to you a different angle of a combat force, which is one of the best forces of the country, not just the country, but globally. And I've just heard that this base is also achieving many medals, and they're attaining best grades in the international military games as well across the globe. So I'll be signing off my program from Color Kahar base of Pakistan Air Force, and this will be the entire content for you regarding 7th September, the Defense Day of Pakistan, which we derive to celebrate always, obviously. We derive it from the 1965 war, but right now in the modern age, we are having different angles of security, and our best man and our best men are totally ready to secure the motherland. This was Sumaira Khan doing this special show for Indus News, signing off.